Right, in part two, and we're in the next section. I have to go quite speedily through the facts because there's so much of it to go into part two, and I've only got an hour to do this in. Right, so about Judd, Northern Irish terrorist, who's attacking all of the Oasis and the whole music industry actually. Now, Judd is the a corner of the upper classes. And now Judd, when he was about 11 years old, uh, and actually he was about 10 years old, I was about 11 years old, and we were on the heath, and we were lying on this big, huge mattress in the middle of a racing track. You know, one of those athletic racing tracks on the Hampstead Heath. And we were lying on that, and Judd was lying with a girl. She was about his age, right? She was about 11 years old, and he was snogging her. He was fingering her, actually, as well. Out there in the open on Hampstead Heath. He has no shame. He's the Law Society. He's then killing girls after calling them whores in Britain. He is a suitcase murderer, Jack the Ripper, and the Ian Huntley gangs. Okay, disturbing, correct. And the brilliant Michael Jackson wrote a song about this incident, and it's called Liberian Girl. Judd is the Liberian girl. Liberian is code. It's Libria, and Michael Jackson. That's Liberian Girl. A is Judd Charlton, Northern Irish, McDonald's, and the Law Society. They're fingering girls in the middle of a public area. She's only 10 or 11 years old. He's snogging her, and he has no shame. He's not commenting on himself. He's not degrading himself. He's a huge ego, and he's attacking the Queen's people in sex blame and murdering them. Because, as you now know, if you've watched some of my videos, that Judd is the real Jack the Ripper. He then went on after this incident on Hampstead Heath all those years ago in the 80s. He then went on to become Jack the Ripper, slandering women for selling their bodies. Right, so Judd had this girlfriend when he was 10 or 11, and she was a young girl, underage, and that's called statutory rape. Right now, he's been charging this kind of accusations to thousands of other people in Ireland and Britain and America, and then condemning them to death, actually, by the immigrant Muslims that are here to kill the Queen's people in sex blames. Right, so now uh, I have my girlfriends too. I've had girlfriends when I was underage too, and one of those girlfriends was Kate McIntosh. Now, she was a friend of mine at school, and we played at primary school. She was a family friend as well, a very pretty girl, and we became lovers. We became very close, and very close friends. And then at school, we played kiss chase. And then I didn't catch her the first time, but the next day we played it again, and I caught her. And the rules of the game are that you've got to allow the person to kiss her, and I got to kiss Kate McIntosh. And then we also went on cinema dates and kissing more there. Right, but she was only 7, I was only 7 too, 7 as well. Right, and we were playing an innocent game of kiss chase, and she was my first girlfriend. And the reason that we went out with each other, as explained earlier in my videos, is because we were escaping. We were escaping a homosexual paedophile sect that was sexually abusing me, right, since I was 5 years old, with hardcore homosexual sex. Now, me and Kate McIntosh were not hardcore, we were very lightweight lovers, and what we did was an escape, getting away from the gay lifestyle, with little boys and disgusting lies and their closed curtains, and me and Kate got it together. It was the best thing I ever done. Right, so now later on, I have a close family friend called Claire, Now, Claire, me and Claire are very close. Claire's mum is called Pat. She's a friend of my mum. My mum is a queen. All right, so Pat is a friend of the queen. A queen that is also related to Queen Elizabeth II. Right, so Pat is a friend. All right, and a very pretty woman, an artist, and the best mate of my mum, Carol. And Pat's daughter Claire and me became very close. She's a bit older than me, and when I was about 8 years old, Claire about 10 years old, she or 11, she we decided to go out with each other. Again, we were escaping a gay paedophile sect that were beating me up, sexually abusing me because they hate Jumbo. Right now, they raided our house. The head of all the corner shops raided our house and tried to anally fuck me. Right, they're Muslims. They're head of the Pakistanis. They are a gay paedophile sect. They like drinking sperm, little boys' sperm. That's their thing, right? That's what they do. They're a gay paedophiles group. They're now, today in 2025, they are the EU that's founded by 15 gay paedophiles. That's rather too many. Is there no heterosexuals in the founding of the EU? There's none at all. Right, so now me and Queen Claire, a beautiful woman, is actually being played by Lily Allen. Lily Allen looks just like Queen Claire, and also my mum had a cat called Lily, and Lily Allen got named after the Queen's cat. That's my mum, Carol, and her cat called Lily. And then actually Lily Allen had been brought in because she looks just like Claire, and she's playing Queen Claire's part. And that's Queen of England, by the way, and Queen of America. And we're also MAGA, which is Make America Great Again, rather than naive, dull, sexless, and part of the animal world. Right, we don't want that for America. We don't want that for anywhere, let alone America. We don't want that for anywhere. We don't want that for England. We don't want that for America. We only want the best for these countries and the potential at their potentially best. Right, so recreational sex is gonna come back onto the market because a sexless world is also the animal world, constantly at war. All right. So now me and Queen Claire are lovers. And we've been, she decided to go out with me and she said she wanted to marry me. I wanted to marry her. And we're basically an engaged couple. And that Lily Allen is playing her part. Also in EastEnders, the brunette woman and the tall guy, that's actually me and Claire. It's about me and Claire. And that we also own the banks, all the properties, hotels, and everything. And it's that Claire is a beautiful British girl, and currently all the assets are owned by foreign assets, foreign entities own all our assets. Okay, so this article is going to be mostly about Oasis, and for an important reason. Well, they're one of the best bands in the world, that's why, right? And their stories are utterly amazing, and what an amazing effort from the get go Oasis are. Right, so now Oasis was named actually after botanical garden. Right now, the reason they've chose the name Oasis is because inside the botanical garden there is abundant greenery. Right now, the greens, right? The greens are an Irish family. They're a head Irish family from the Southern Islands, and you'll notice in America, the Colombians and the cartels and the gay communities have created green card to allow immigrants in to attack the Americans, to attack Americans, who are also related to the Irish people and the Greens. Right, so they're under attack with the green card being issued by the gay community's government, who are trying to kill off the Greens and the Irish people in America. And that's what mass immigration into America and the green card is all about, destroying the Irish people, the Excel people in the North America. Okay, so now you know who the Greens are. They're actually an Irish family that I grew up with, and they're really cool. One of them is a girl called Casey Green. Now, we need to know her story. It's just astoundingly bad what's happened. Right now, uh, as I say, Judge Charlton is a rogue additional to our country here in England. He's attached himself to the King of England and he pretends that he's the king and that he's the head, and he's not. He's not even liked by the royal family. They have discarded him out into the prison world. That's where he belongs. That's what everyone says. Everyone. Right, so now Judd is attacking Casey Green, who is the head of the part of the Greens family, and she's a lovely girl, an artist. She works very hard. She's a kind of a slim girl, and wasn't necessarily overweight in any way until much later on. Right now, uh, she knows Judd really really well because Judd hid who his true self was actually from us for quite a few years, and we didn't know. So he was in amongst us, and I was with the Greens every day. We lived together. We lived just round a corner from Huntley Street, where Facebook was created. So the Greens are also the group that owned Facebook, and Zuckerberg stolen it off us, right? Also, the entire computer industry. The Greens live in central London. Okay, now we used to go to a chip shop called Gigs Chip Shop. This became Gigabyte, the computer world. Right now, Gigabyte, they're biting the Irish people. That means cannibalism from them immigrants. That's what Gigabyte is. All right, the dark Indians and Pakistanis and Africans have stolen the computer industry. They put up Zuckerberg, who pretends to be the person that has invented Facebook when he hasn't. And in fact, it was done by people right here in England, and uh, gay communities in England have stolen Facebook off us and then given it to Zuckerberg and Bill Gates. And they're not the true authors at all of the computer industry or the home PC or the chip. So Judd is attacking Katie Green of the Green family. He's Northern Irish, Judd. Katie Green isn't. Right? She's just a lovely Irish British girl, and she wouldn't hurt anyone. She's a very cool girl. Now she when she's a kind of a slim girl. I've always known Katie to. I've known Katie very, very well, very close. She's like my sister, and basically she doesn't eat too much. I know Katie for not eating too much. She might eat at gigs, maybe once a week. That's not much. She's not going to put on weight with one bag of chips a week and a whole load of salads. You're not going to put on weight. Now, Judd spiked Casey Green, and in 1 month she became obese in about a few months. We couldn't believe the change in Katie Green. She's now a huge woman. None of her family are suffering obesity. Judd has spiked her, right? And he openly did that in front of everyone. We all know does not put on weight, and suddenly she's got the size of an obese woman, right? So now this is a tragedy, and it really hurt me. I didn't know how she was attacked until much later that Judd had spiked her. In the meantime, I'm also a biologist. I studied biology for 15 years, and Katie Green's story really stirred me. In fact, if it wasn't for Katie Green, I would not have made 9 billion from the ketones diet that I invented and created. Okay, it was then stolen off me by Judd Charlton and the hospitals, the upper classes in the hospitals, the dark Indians and Pakistanis and the Africans, and the ketones diet named after me, a musician. It then went on to make 9 billion over 10 years and is the number one selling diet. Now, when I created that diet, I'm also a dietitian, a herbologist and a biologist, and putting all the three skills together, I came up with the ketones diet, the main ingredient. Okay, it's a plant sterol, and that's what kicks into action your anti-weight qualities inside your stomach. Has a lot of fat burning qualities that can't be got at by everyday medicine. So it takes a specialist to go in there and get the environment for these acids to be released and then to burn fat at a rapid rate, much faster than any synthetic diet out there, especially fast. So that's how my ketones diet was inspired by Casey Green, who has suffered at the hands of the Northern Irish and Judge Charlton. Okay, so uh, I'm the author of the ketones diet. I'm a medic for over 15 years, biologist for over 15 years, and a herbologist, dietitian. And I say, Casey Green inspired me to become a dietitian and help the women that have become overweight in England and America with all my knowledge. And after about 3 years of a lot of putting stuff together and investigating and trying stuff, I came up with an ingredient that would be prepare the body to lose all the excessive weight that women have been putting on and men too. And actually, this I also discovered that that weight gain is being induced by the pharmacy industry through the products. So there are fat storing products out there, and it's creating a fat storing effect in the women, and this is then causing obesity. So. All right, and then so the ingredient I used is part of my herbology life and study, and I used a plant sterol, which then creates an environment inside your stomach that then induces the acids to be released, and these are very strong hydrochloric acids that will get rid of stubborn fat in your legs, body, and stomach. Now, only that acid can do that, and this is a very natural method, by the way. All your diets out there are all synthetic. Mine is not synthetic. A plant sterol is actually one of the healthiest foods in the whole world. Right now, it also sets the environment in your stomach to then burn that fat. And I declared when I wrote this diet in 2012 that this diet would be the best diet on the market. There is not all the other diets are inferior to mine, the ketones diet. And then this diet then went on to be the number one diet immediately across the world for a minimum 15 years. It still is now number one diet, the ketosis diet. Now the Monjaro jab is actually based on the ketones diet. So, in essence, Casey Green inspired the ketones diet, and therefore she owns £9 billion. And she doesn't own any of it right now. I don't own any of that money either. It was all my method and ingredients were stolen off my computer. And then 3 months later, they came out with the ketones diet. There was even a shop in my area that only sold the ketones diet. I bought it, and they're using exactly the same ingredients as mine. Right, so now Casey Green and myself, and the Richardsons, and the Oasis group, and all supporters, we own the ketones diet. It was stolen off us by, well, McDonald's and Corporation. They've stolen it. The gay communities, and then guess what? Right, they're now using that money to bomb our allies like Russia. Okay, so there's gay communities on our Zelensky using our 9 billion to spend on bombs to kill our allies in Russia. Right, Katie Green and myself and the Greens and America are all allies with Sweden, with France, with Spain, with Italy, and with Russia. Okay, now all these countries are now under attack by the gay communities and Zelensky. Zelensky is a huge thief. He is a loser of a guy. He has been placed in by very rich millionaires in Britain. Now, he is a British contingency and he's anti-British. He is the Ian Huntley gangs, Jack the Ripper, and Judd Charlton is leading Zelensky. They paid him a lot of money, my money, Katie Green's money, America's money, to put Zelensky in, being paid millions to do the job that he's doing, facing for the gay communities that are attacking each country as they come across them. Okay, so more about me. I'm Jumbo's grandson, and actually, Alfie from EastEnders. He is actually playing my part, Alfie Moon, and he's from Blackpool, and that's why they chose him. He's playing my part, and let's not forget I've had a couple of girlfriends. When I was younger myself, I was 11 years old. I had a girlfriend, and so calling me Alfie Moon is quite appropriate. However, it's not disgusting, it's not foul, it's not vile. All right, because we were escaping a gay paedophiles group that is foul, disgusting and vile, anal buggery, and kissing little boys and masturbating in front of them, champagne supernova. Right, so we're nothing like that, okay? However, Alfie Moon is playing my part, and my girlfriend is Queen Claire, also being played by Lily Allen. So in the let's say in the year 2012, I had a conversation with Tony on the internet and some of his friends. We were discussing very normal stuff that art people discuss. So we were talking about Michelangelo and his artwork and the brilliance behind his work. That's all we were talking about on the internet. And the next day, the gay communities, the Ian Huntley gangs, they own the shipping industry and they sunk the Costa Concordia. All right, so now this is a shocking story. Now, a few months later, we realised we were very much under attack. We didn't know it was connected until later on. Now, we're very disgusted, and I was actually writing some tunes, studying theology, all that kind of stuff in history, and I was living in Leeds. And I was working at the time with Taylor Swift's team, who also parked their condo van right outside my flat, and we were always together, me and Taylor Swift, as a team. Right now, after the sinking of the Costa Concordia, I went to the police, right, to tell them more details about the gays and the individuals that are behind this attack. Right now, the next day, the Ian Huntley gangs and the Northern Irish people then shot two police officers in Manchester. Right, this really horrified us. Right, it really affected us. Right, we can't go to the police as well. Right, and they brutally killed two amazing police officers who do nothing but innocent people doing very difficult jobs, having to approach nasty idiots like Dale Cregan, who is a child who doesn't understand. He's a piss and shit group dating back to the 18th century and the 1920s. Right, however, they're now sinking the Costa Concordia based on everything I say. And I'm talking to Tony, the Mafia, and also we are also Oasis. The next day, they sink the Costa Concordia to attack us. So I'm writing some songs as well in my flat, and after this, I titled one of my tracks "Red Circles." It's about us. We're the circles, we're the red circles, and we're angry. We're also the Red Cross. We're also very thoughtful people and the real Britain. And that with our enemy, we must circle them and counter-attack. As you can see, the Costa Concordia killed a number of people. All right. Now, this same group are also crashing passenger planes. All right. So there are also now Hamas, and that Hamas have crashed about 17 passenger planes with about 300 passengers on it. Right, so one of those passenger planes was a Russian plane, and it was pulled down about 3 months before the Zelensky and Putin war started. So Zelensky started that war by crashing Russian planes, and that's what got Russia very angry, and the war broke out soon after. So you'll see the effect of red circles on the BBC building. You'll see red circle there. That's our red circles, and also the brilliant Taylor Swift. After I named my track Red Circles, she then named her tour the Red Tour. And we are Taylor Swift's Red Tour, and also her Erasures Tour too. And we're also Britney Spears, Eminem, Mariah Carey, the Spice Girls. We're also Manic Street Preachers, Oasis, Paul Weller, and a whole load of others, and Michael Jackson, Prince, David Bowie, George Michael, and some more. Okay. And Beyonce and Jay-Z and the brilliant Kanye West too. Okay, soon after they sunk the Costa Concordia, they then killed Roger Lloyd Patt, who's Trigger from Only Fools and Horses. Now, Roger has been a family friend of ours for over 20 years, and I've known him for over 20 years. He's a family friend. I've been to see him in the theatre, film, TV, premieres, all types of places. We are his family friend, and he was a dear friend of mine. He especially liked me, and Roger was a fantastic guy, a great friend of ours, a best friend of my mum, who is a queen. To attack the Queen and the royals, they then killed Roger Lloyd Patt and his best mate, my stepdad, Bill. They were both murdered, right? Actually, by the corner shops that are inducing stars with cancer-inducing poisons. They are also the pub landlords and all the hotel managers, all the pub landlords out there, all the hotel managers. They are poisoning our TV stars, music stars, and all stars. So the corner shops and the hotel managers and the bar managers, they've targeted Roger's my stepdad. My stepdad was murdered by them too, as well as Roger. Roger's best friend is my stepdad, and my stepdad has two sons that have also been targeted. Right now, also Roger has a daughter called Emily Lloyd. She's been targeted too, and that psychiatry is involved in attacking all of us. Okay, so psychiatry is working for all the corner shops, the Pakistanis and the African immigrants, and they're attacking Britain and Oasis with gusto. Okay, okay, so as explained earlier, me and Dallas are actually in the mafia. We are part of the Gambino family. And I'm also Jumbo's grandson. He's the King of England. Now, also with me in Dallas is Keith and his brother and Tremaine Richardson. And as a group, we own Facebook. We literally created it, therefore we own it. Right now, it was all stolen off us. And if you watch the film Goodfellas, it's actually about my life. Me and Dallas, Keith and Tremaine in our teens. We were in our early teens. And Ray Liotta is playing my part, a made man in the mafia. And Goodfellas is based on a true story. It starts off with a huge explosion at the beginning of the film. Well, that's referring to the death of John Lennon. When I was still at school, he was shot and murdered to attack the Queen of England. Right. Okay. So we're nearly halfway through this session. Right. Actually, Bruno Mars is also playing my part too, and his brilliant song "Skate" is about me and Kate McIntosh. As I talked to you about her earlier, we were a girlfriend and boyfriend at primary school, and we were escaping a gay paedophile sect that are running the law societies, schools, clubs, all the the law society, solicitors, the bars, the pubs, and the hotels, and they're a gay paedophiles group, and they're attacking me and Kate McIntosh, who fell in love. Kate McIntosh is a very pretty blonde girl from Scotland. She used to live in London, but now they live in Scotland. And actually, Bo Derek, the actress, is playing Kate McIntosh's part. Bo Derek's film Splash is another expression of Champagne Supernova, and also of what expression of what Michael Jackson was also telling us this story too, but it got twisted and turned, and he was viciously murdered the by the incorrect analysis of the masses, and the people around him were deceiving the masses, and also Michael Jackson, and they killed him. He was killed by an African doctor. So the brilliant Bruno Mars is playing my part, and in his song Skate is actually about Kate McIntosh, right? Also, his new track Die With a Smile is also about this story, and how the gay paedophiles Champagne Supernova are then attacking girls in Britain and America. They're referred to as the suitcase murderers, are also a very sister murderer to the Jack the Ripper murders. Okay, so they're doing this, they're sex blaming Jumbo's England, and they're lying because they're also Liberian girl. That means they're kissing and snogging 11-year-old girl, fingering her in the open public space. That's Northern Irish people. They're huge liars. And the brilliant Bruno Mars, Die With a Smile, is all about this. It's all about this, and we are the mafia too. So, the brilliant Lady Gaga, her song Poker Face is a reference to what Judd said. Judd told me in about 2005 that he was going to poke her face. Now, I don't know didn't know what he meant at the time by this comment. He is an elusive person. He says things that nobody knows. He's a deranged, psychotic lunatic, alcoholic at 9:30 in the morning, and he's a head of psychiatry. And he told me he was going to poke her face. Well, whose face is he talking about? He's talking about the Queen's people. And then a year later, he then attacks Katie Piper in an acid attack. Right, this was all organised by Judd Charlton, who's actually attacking the Greens. Katie Green, he's attacking Katie Green, and calling her a pip of an apple. She's the Southern Irish people, and then they pick out Katie Piper's name from the hospital registrar that the psychiatry and the gay people have done, and the Africans and the Pakistanis in the hospitals. They then stalk that girl, that poor beautiful woman, Katie Piper, and then put her through utter hell for God knows how long, 15 years of non-stop operations, all caused by Judd Charlton, that also attacked Ashley Judd. If you remember, she had this huge lip problem. Well, she was spiked by the doctors that also then went on to kill babies around Lucy Letby and then attack Katie Piper too. Alright, so now the attack to Katie Piper was done by a black kid who doesn't know too much. Right, he thinks he's clever. He's not clever at all. Right, he's a child in the game. He doesn't know enough. He's not seen his videos. He's been told a bunch of lies by the trickster, who is Judge Charlton of Northern Irish. And he's sitting in prison for a good long time. Let's hope he never comes out. Right, now poor Katie Piper is still being targeted. Actually, all the women on the telly are being targeted by Judge Charlton. Let's look at Colleen Nolan. They killed her sister. Bernie Nolan was murdered by the hospital, the psychiatry department, that are inducing poisons into the Irish people. Alright, that's what's going on. The people that are doing that call themselves green cards. Okay, green cards. Greens are the Irish people, cards is Sea Art. Right, so that's what they're calling themselves, Sea Art. The psychiatry, the Ian Huntley gang, Jack the Ripper, the pub landlords, and the hotel managers. So another murder that they've done is the Charlene Downs murder. That was also the Ian Huntley gangs, and the Jack the Ripper murder in Northern Irish terrorism in Blackpool in the north. They also killed a guy called Ryan from Blackpool and a woman called Alison. And these murder. Now, when I left London, I'm an investigative journalist. Now, if I didn't mention this, but I was also adopted by a friend of Robert Maxwell, right, who called Tiny Roland. He also adopted me, and he's a newspaper mogul. He owns the Daily Mirror, the Sun newspapers, and the New York Times. And Tiny Roland, a great guy, and Leslie and Mabs, they adopted me when I was a child, and I'm nowadays a journalist, and that's what I do. So when I came to Blackpool, I was investigating and writing about the Charlene Downs case. And the minute I got here, I was accosted by the Charlene Down killers, a bunch of white guys, all taking heroin, all the prison community, all the Ian Huntley gangs. None of them were brown. Like they were saying, the brown people killed Charlene Downs. Well, yeah, Pakistanis were involved in that murder. That's definitely for sure. But it's mostly British and the Pakistani prison communities. They killed Charlene Downs, and they include Stacey Patterson from Blackpool, and a guy called Paul, and a guy called Rayner Holmesy, also Charlotte, and a number of other people, Derek as well, Albert, and Lisa. They are the Charlene Down murderers. They used to live on Bants Road, but they've all moved because the police are after them, so we can't find them. But when I see them in Blackpool, I take a picture of them. Okay, so um, more about the Charlene Downs murder. Well, as I say, I was accosted by her killers the minute I got to Blackpool, and there's quite a lot of them. And there's some central players there. And to be honest, we have about four of them in prison now. We've worked for so hard over 10 years to do that. Reporting, evidence, proof, all that kind of stuff. There's a lot of work on my behalf as well. I've got four of them in prison, another two are going to prison soon. All right, so that's the Charlene Downs murder. And now also, one sec. So there's a the Charlene Down killers are the Pakistani corner shops. All right, they are the corner shops on Talbot Road, for instance, the convenience stores. The people there who told me they were going to fuck my wife. People that I know in Blackpool, like the woman Christine, and I know a few women. One woman on my council estate called Paula. She's actually related to Charlene Downs, and they've targeted everyone on this council estate, including the kids. All right, so Oasis is very under attack right now. All the supporters are needed to uplift the Oasis brothers instead of seeing them die in a funeral like we are in Blackpool. That has to be reversed, and it can be, and it will be, and it will get done. I'm confident it will. We've worked very hard for this, at least 15 years. And like I say, they've targeted kids on our council estate, targeted by all the Pakistani corner shops up and down the country. They are also all the pub landlords. We're talking about the Weatherspoons pub, Walkabout. All these pubs have been hostile to me. They've also targeted kids on this council estate here as well. Okay, so Charlene Downs was murdered by a gay paedophile group. They're having sex with little 7-year-old boys that are saying no to them to anal sex, begging no. And the adults are demanding and forcing, pinning down, and trying to anally bugger the boy. Right, so that's the people that have killed Charlene Downs. Right, so now. So, as I explained earlier, I was sexually abused by them, and when I was younger, I sought refuge in other girls and became lovers with them and sought comfort and closeness, something that I was lacking because my mum was always at work, all my dads were away, and I was left at home by somebody that raided our house. He was the head of the corner shop people, and he violently sexually abused me. And I had to get away from this anyway. How? And the brilliant Kate McIntosh and also Claire really helped me do that. Now, I also had an affair with my cousin, Tabitha, Queen Tabitha, who is King John's daughter. Now, when we had this love affair, it was sexual. She was about 7, I was about 8, and again, it was like I was having hardcore sex with the homosexual paedophiles of Blackpool. Okay, they don't care that you don't know that they're having excessive amount of sex with little boys. Okay, now they're not all doing that, but they're rogue separatist gays. They are doing that. They are a no girls allowed group. They won't allow the Queen's people to have relationships as well. They're properly demented, sick and psychotic. They need to be sectioned and removed from society. They're so ill. Okay, thankfully Elton John is nothing like that, nor is George Michael, nor is Julian Carey, nor is Alan Carr. Okay, so however, that doesn't mean that those gays in in the gay community are good people. They're not. Okay, they're gay paedophiles. They're a separatist group. They did 9/11. They're ATM demolition. They're pulling down over 17 planes in the last few years, each with 300 passengers on board. They started the Russian Zelensky war. They started the Israeli Hamas war because the A group are also Hamas. Northern Irish is Hamas. The gay communities are Hamas. They started the Israeli war. Okay, Hamas are also crashing over 17 planes, passenger planes, and that's a fact, with each with 300 passengers on, and the most recent one was Air India. That was crashed by Hamas, and also they're attacking Israel, Spain, Sweden, Russia, all these countries. Okay, so me and Tabitha, Queen Tabitha, had a love affair as well, and the and Simon's sex shop is actually about us, and Tabitha is also her auntie is the head of the Royal Air Force called Anne Spiller. She's also my auntie, and she's given us some control in the Royal Air Force. Now Tabitha is Annie's niece, and the Anne sex shop is about me and Tabitha. Okay, so we'll end this article about Oasis on an article that could have actually started this whole conversation. And it's the rock band, The Who. Right, now, Quadrophenia, they sing a song, actually, Rain on Me, if you can remember this song, in the brilliant film by The Who, Quadrophenia, Rain on Me. Well, they're talking about the King of England, Jumbo's grandson, and his partner, Dallas, who's half American, half British. Now, we are known to The Who as the King of England, and they want us to reign as King of England. They do not like Judge Charlton, Northern Irish terrorist, also Jack the Ripper, Ian Huntley gangs, and an incestuous gay group of liars, and their No Girls Allowed group going around killing the Queen's people, the suitcase murderers, Jack the Ripper, after blaming them in sex blames. So the brilliant Roger Daltrey and Pete Townsend declared them not to be anything to do with the King of England, and that they wanted The Who, they want me and Dallas to run and reign in England and run the country also in America. So and then when I was about 15, I had just finished my A level in art, 16, 17, and I then met Kathy. Now, Kathy is a beautiful redhead girl. She's probably the most stunning woman I've ever seen in my life. And I met her um, right at the time when I was leaving school. And it was love at first sight for me. And we became very good friends. And then after about 5 years, we became a couple. Right now, Kathy is the is a stepdaughter of Pete Townsend. She holds a lot of the music industry stories in her too, as just as I do, and we are a couple. Now she's been played actually by the redhead woman in EastEnders, the landlord of the Queen Vic, is actually playing Queen Kathy's part, who is my engaged wife, and effectively we own all the pubs in England, but it was all stolen off us by a gay paedophiles group that killed Charlene Downs, the suitcase murderers. They killed Maddie and they told me they ate her. They are also Jack the Ripper, and they are also the landlord to all the pubs in England and in America. So when you see Kathy as the pub landlord, well, that's because a change has taken over. We've got rid of the last landlord and put in ours. That's the official take of who the real landlord should be. It should be Kathy, who is also my partner, and also Kathy is partner with the grandson of Jumbo, the head landlord, the head of all pubs and hotels and car companies and the banks in Britain. Okay, so this incestuous gay group that Michael Jackson spoke about and he with his glove and his suitcase, well, they are killing the Queen's people after sex blames, right? So now Ed Sheeran sings a song. He's playing my part too, by the way. Now, King of England, grandson of Jumbo, head of the militaries, right? So now Ed Sheeran sings a song called Galway Girl about a woman from Cork, an Irish girl from Cork, a true story, and how she's been terrorised by the corner shop people, the Pakistanis and the Bangladeshis, and the gay communities, the gay bars. The gay bars are terroring this poor, beautiful Irish girl called Fenian, and she's Galway Girl, and this is what Ed Sheeran's song Galway Girl is all about, and we're hoping that Ed Sheeran fans and Oasis fans can secure her future because they keep telling her that they're going to kill her. And she's a great woman. Actually, she's my girlfriend, but we're not allowed to be together. We're not allowed to talk to each other. I'm not allowed to look at her. It's only because the corner shops, the Pakistanis, are attacking Jumbo, the King of England. So the song "Galway Girl" by Ed Sheeran is actually the tip of the iceberg because there's actually a load more people that have been targeted by the same group. Actually, a female police officer called Chinny, who's a great woman, also a girlfriend of mine, and also another girlfriend in America called Tiffany. She's a girlfriend of mine too. I've known her for a long time. She's been terrorized. They keep telling her they're going to kill her, chop her up, all sorts of horrible things. And it's actually been incited by the corner shops, the pub landlords, and the hotel managers. They are attacking America like that. Irish people and also the police force are under attack. They've threatened Chinny to kill her so many times, repeatedly, every other day. This is all organised by the head of the hotels, head of all the pubs, and pub landlords. Okay, so these pub landlords and hotel managers and bar managers in America, they've also targeted a whole load of American people that I know, like a woman called Diana. Uh, uh, okay, so there's about 30 people all of them in America, they've all been targeted by the corner shops and grocery stores in America, also British corner shops, and again, they're the pub landlords in America, hotel managers in America, are targeting a whole load of people in an internet chat room, politics chat room that is, discussing politics, freedom of speech, and they've all been targeted, viciously attacked. Some have been killed by Jack the Ripper, Judd Charlton. He lives in Hastings right now. He used to have a really long beard. He used to be an actor, but he's failed. Nobody wants to work with him. He's attacking these people online. He's attacking Galway Girl. He's attacking Bianca, Queen Becky, Queen Pilgrim, Queen Rachel, everyone that I know, my mum as well, and all my family. I can never forget that Judd Charlton murdered my dad too. He was murdered prematurely. He's the head of Holland, head of Germany. They also murdered my stepdad, and also Roger Lloyd Pack too. So, more about Judd's family. Judd's mum is also my mum, and she's called Val. She's certainly not my only mum. Carol is my main mum, and also Pat is my mum, and Chrissy, Scottish Chrissy, is my mum. I'm adopted, and I was looked after by all these families, and including especially Val. Val is a wonderful Northern Irish woman, and she married a Spanish guy, and they had two kids, and then one's my sister, right? So Jessie's my sister, and Judd is Val's only son. Judd is killed a 9-year old when he was 9 years old himself, and so you can just imagine the whole family have rejected him, quite normally. That's a normal thing to do in a situation like that, and he never got caught for those murders, right? So now Judd has targeted his own mum. His mum is a film technician, an artist. She's also a chief sculptor, and then she left the film industry to become a teacher. So she is a very well-to-do achiever. She definitely inspired me to get into the art world. She's one of the greatest artists in England. Now Val, her daughter is Jessie, and Jessie has been targeted by Judd Charlton, her brother. Now, Judd Charlton, her older brother, has been threatening to kill Jessie a number of times. Now, the brilliant Jessie J is playing Jessie, my sister's part, to help her out, because the Northern Irish are terrorising this poor Northern Irish girl. She's been terrorised by her brother, Judd Charlton, the real Jack the Ripper, and the threats are very real. Poor Jessie is fearing for her life, and that Judd is led by the African immigrants, by the Pakistanis, especially those corner shops, and the pub landlords, and hotel managers. And then again, they're all attacking Oasis and also Ed Sheeran too. Alright, to end this article, we're going to talk about Snow Patrol, because Snow Patrol also tell the same stories too. And actually, the brilliant song Chasing Cars, where he sings, if I lay here, if I just lay here, would you lie with me and just forget the world? Now, that's about Judd Charlton having sex with a 10-year-old girl in the middle of Hampstead Heath. Everyone's around. He's fingering her, snogging her. She's only 11 years old. Judd is then stealing the car companies, and attacking the Irish people, and attacking America with gusto in sex blames, and stealing the banks, ATM machines at Max, stealing the car companies, the hotels, everything in sex blames at Jumbo. Yet Judd is, I was laying down next to him, and if I lay here, if you lay here where I was laying, next to Judd, you just, and that Judd is also a doom group that plans to destroy the world. They are the upper class, a corner of the upper classes that plan to depopulate the world. I don't know the details about this. I apologise, but they it's hard to know about this. They certainly wouldn't tell you. All right, now they are also known as the Doom Group, and half the world away. That's for sure. And then in sex blames. So Snow Patrol says, "Take my place and lay down next to Judd, and your world will be free from there on."